It's very sad to see because Tony has meant a lot to me. Tony has, since I was a rookie, kind of helped me be involved. As a player rep coming up with Oakland to, once we had, I'd say the 2020 time where we couldn't play baseball during the time, just learning everything about the ins and outs of what happens between the league and players, and to see this news this morning, still processing. I think we owe it as subcommittee members and to speak to all the reps. This came out with no discussion with reps. So, we have 30 other team reps that are seeing this news that it's like, it's hard to process right now. So that there'll be a lot more conversations about what we do moving forward in a year where we have a CBA that expires in December. What I do know is the team we have, the chief staff of the PA is one of the best in sports and is the best in sports. So we'll be able to adjust from there. But it's definitely, as we approach spring training, the spring tour from the union, lawyers, everybody who comes and visits, this is tough news.
Were you informed why he's resigning?
Well, I think that there has been an investigation going on. So in terms of information regarding the investigation, that's still going on. But, we still need to discuss with players, like, why. You definitely don't want things to be a distraction going into December. So that's all I can really say about maybe why this is happening now.
How much heads up, if any, did you as someone on the subcommittee and your colleagues there get?
I think that during this investigation, players had to hire outside counsel. Tony had to hire outside counsel, and there's been just conversations throughout the investigation. So the timing of when the investigation will be over is still unknown, but the timing of when our CBA expires is known. It's in December. So, it's a fluid situation, but we also don't know what may come out, and what and when. So, things happening now, it's better than if it happened, right before December, if anything came out. So
just for clarity, you're under the impression that he is resigning to deal with this investigation and not be a distraction. Is that?
Yeah, I think so, because up to this point, before any investigations, I've had the ultimate confidence in Tony Clark to lead this player group. I've had the ultimate confidence in Bruce Meyer to be the lead negotiator for this player group. So, that team, the continuity between those two, going through the COVID lockout is what I call it, and the actual lockout that we had in 21, that was a strong team. So we'll have to make some adjustments along the way, but I'm still processing what happened and thinking about what's next.
Do you think, as members of the executive subcommittee, you guys are getting the relevant information you need and in a timely fashion?
As much as we can. Like I said, the timing of the investigation is tough because it's the Department of Justice. It's not just like there's a lot of other stuff going on that they're doing. So we get information as it comes.
Have you been told, will an interim be named? Do you know who it is? Will Bruce continue to be your lead negotiator moving forward? Any of that? No,
that stuff has to happen here, in the next, I don't know how long that takes. This is all new. I don't think something like this has ever happened. I was not a player rep when Michael Weiner got sick, but that was the only time where it was like kind of okay, we need to replace or have interim or something. So these are things that we'll try and iron out as soon as possible because, like I said, it's a big year for our player group.
Marcus, did that investigation, did you get a sense that trust was eroded Was it a distraction while this investigation was going on?
You know, it's hard to answer. I think, you know, with the news coming out, like I said, I'm still processing. It was Tony sending his letter of resignation in during an investigation. So, you know, that's where we're at. It's still an investigation that's going on. There's still information that we'll find out. But at this point, I think the timing being February, you know, what we're looking forward to December for when the CBA expires is better than it happening in November if something came out. So that's all I know.
Thank you,
right now.
Marcus.
And just for timing, you found out last night or today?
I just found out right now
Yeah.
when I got done with our meeting, but we've all known, or a lot of people have known that the investigation has been going on.
Right.
So, I think that this happening during the investigation is not like, as a subcommittee, it's not like overly surprising, but it still hurts. It's still something I'm processing, and I just want our player group to, move forward this year and be able to have a good year of negotiating with, leadership that cares about what players want.
Have you been able to touch base with the other player reps?
Well, right now I have practice, so I can't miss practice to go talk to everybody. But like I said, we have to get with all player reps and subcommittee members later today. So I appreciate the questions, but right now, I have practice to get to, and usually those things happen in the afternoon when we talk during spring training. So.